this is the end of the X-Men as you know them. That's not hype. This is the absolute truth. Or what is going to be one of the most intense X-Men series that is going to redefine the X-Men's place in the Marvel Universe. We've all talked about how they have been hated and feared, but they've been in a different position lately, but things are about to change, and it's either going to get much worse or much better for some of the mutants. Axel, why don't you tell us a bit about the book?
Sure. This is a story we've been building to for years. And just the same way that the X-Men have traditionally been defined by the war of opinions between Magneto and Professor X, this series will position the X-Men for the future as a war for the hearts and minds of the mutant population by Logan and Cyclops. So this is your chance to see what gets them there. I think besides the pyrotechnics and the huge, big, fun action set pieces that drive this thing, just like Civil War, I think that what will appeal to readers here and what makes this series special is that I have no doubt that the audience will be divided. Some of you are going to agree with Cyclops, and some of you are going to agree with Logan. Both have understandable and defensible positions. And it's a lot of fun. So obviously you guys have more questions, I'll answer them.
And actually, you've always been saying there is a very good reason that Schism will wrap up in October around the same time as Fear itself. And there's also a very important reason that things are happening in Avengers Children's Crusade right now. At the same time all this is going on, they're all converging on or coming together at a very important point in Marvel history. I think when you guys see what we're doing in 2012, you'll understand why Axel and Joe previous to him and everybody else at Marvel has planned it this way. Generation Hope ties in a major way. You've seen hints of it in Schism #1, and issue #2 it'll be much more concrete. But how many of you are enjoying Generation Hope? What's here on film? We're doing with Sal Bassman and Tim Seeley on issues 10 and 11, which tie into Schism, and they're very important. There's a reason. Schism is there as the main book. We've been Axel's team have been very good about choosing the tie-ins. These two issues have a major impact. And having seen some art that we're not going to be able to show you today, but for the future Generation Hope, when you read these issues, you will see a character. You'll probably see this. We'll release the art next month. A character who's part of Generation Hope's future that'll make you either hate us or love us. So you'll see. I can't show it to you yet. After the events of Schism, you're going to see what side mutants choose. Now, what are the two sides, you might ask?
What are the two sides?
Yeah. You would first want to be Wolverine and the X-Men. Now, of course, Wolverine's on a team, so we're not going to black him out. But there's a lot of other exciting members on there. Jason Aaron with Chris Pachalo, and also up-and-coming artist named Nick Bradshaw, who's done some great work for us lately. He'll be the other artist on the series. So this is Wolverine's own team. We can't tell you too much about their mission or what they stand for, but like Nick said, it's a very exciting new book. The other book, Uncanny X-Men. Woo! Issue 1 by Karen Gillan, Carlos Pacheco, and Greg Land. Greg Land and Carlos Pacheco are going to share art duties, switching up each art, but one thing you'll notice is no Cyclops. So you have to read Schism to see why. We've talked in great part about how Wolverine and the X-Men and Uncanny X-Men are part of X-Men Regenesis, but all the big team books, X-Factor, X-Force, everything is going to be affected by what comes out of Schism. So while we can't show you how some of those books are affected today, the X-Men Regenesis and Schism affect everything the X-Men want.
Marvel, your universe.